Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another hectic edition of Celtic Transfer Talk. Through the fallout of Jota re-signing for Celtic and Kygo sadly leaving the club, it's all kicking off once more. We have imminent departures and potential incomings to discuss today, so bear with me. We're going to try and go through it all. Kieran Tierney updates the lot. It's a huge day for Celtic once more in what has been one of the most eventful January transfer windows of my life so far. So strap yourselves in and let's talk about that. If you haven't already, please make sure to go down below, hit like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Thank you for bearing with me through this madness that has been the January transfer window. We're almost at the end now, yet there is so much still to do. So if you want to stay up to date, hit both those buttons. Thank you so much for 48,000 subscribers. Yes, we have crossed another milestone on the way to 50k. So let's keep that up. Let's start off today's video with a sad note. We have our farewell from Kygo. Celtic posted a message from the former Celtic striker this morning on social media, which I'm sure pulled a few heartstrings throughout the Celtic support. Here was his message of farewell to the Celtic supporters. In verbatim, it said, "Over the past 3.5 years, I have been truly grateful for your wonderful support and cheering. From the moment I joined until my final day, I've been happy every step of the way. Being able to play so many wonderful moments and achievements with all of you made me feel the happiest player in the world countless times. I believe these invaluable experiences were only possible because I came to Celtic. Even as time goes on, I'm deeply moved and encouraged by the warm messages and kind words I continue to receive, and I cannot thank you enough. I move forward, but I will keep you all in my heart and to continue on my journey. Lastly, I'm very sorry that I couldn't say goodbye to you all, but I will give my best in my new chapter. I'm confident that my wonderful Celtic teammates, along with the manager and his backroom team, will continue to create new and exciting moments for the rest of the season. Please continue to show your amazing support for Celtic, just as you always have. Hail, hail, Kygo." Somebody's cutting onions in here. On a serious note, I wish Kygo nothing but the best for the next chapter of his career. An absolute fantastic servant to this football club and someone who was a joy to watch, simply put. It's gutting that we never really got to say goodbye to him properly. I would have loved to have had a sort of moment where we could have applauded him round the park and been on the same page with things, but it was all sprung on us in a bit of a surprise following our win against Young Boys at Celtic Park. Alas, it's football. You've got to move on. You can't get attached to players. It might be hard, but you can't, especially at a football club like Celtic, where sadly, in the modern game, we're no longer the big fish. We're just a little pile of spawn in a huge pond, quite frankly. So I wish Kygo nothing but the best. And yeah, it's time to replace him. However, Kygo isn't the only Celtic player we didn't get to say goodbye to, as today it was announced that Alex Valle's Celtic loan has been terminated by Barcelona in very impromptu fashion. Now, I use the word impromptu when we knew this was maybe going to happen. There was rumours that they would terminate this loan deal to facilitate a move elsewhere. Well, we looked at Kieran Tierney. Well, today we got the confirmation from Fabrizio Romano that that is indeed the case. His tweet today went and said that Como have reached a verbal agreement to sign Alex Valle from Barcelona. A story 2 weeks ago revealed that Celtic, when done with their talks over Kieran Tierney signing, will allow him to go back to Barcelona and then to Como, waiting on all documents to be completed. The loan from Barcelona will continue till the end of the season with a €6 million £6 million? That's not right. €6 million exit clause available, with the medical already booked. So Alex Valle, his Celtic career has come to an end. A very short Celtic career. Somebody who I did like, but listen, I'm not going to lose sleep over him not being here. He was good, wasn't amazing. Once again, just like I said with Kygo, I wish him the very best. I know there's going to be fans out there who are frustrated about this one, saying, oh, we should have given him more chances, he should have been the backup to Kieran Tierney, and he's better than Greg Taylor or whatever. Number one, I don't think there was enough evidence to suggest that Valle was a better player than Taylor, especially as time went on. I don't think that Valle done enough to suggest he was better than Taylor. In fact, I'm pretty confident that Taylor is a better player than Alex Valle. I'm not going to lie, and I think over the last couple of months especially, I've realised that. Still a guy that I liked, and somebody whose ceiling was probably a lot higher higher than Greg Taylor's, but you've got to be realistic at the end of the day. This is a young lad who's came through the Barcelona academy. His career plan wasn't to be second fiddle to Celtic's first choice left back, Kieran Tierney. You know, the reality is we're going to try and sign Tierney. Tierney's going to come into the club, and that would leave VALLE being second choice. That's not what he had in mind for his career. I don't blame him wanting to move on. I think the club really had limited options surrounding all of this. Of course, from now to the end of the season, we still need to wait and see what happens, if Tierney comes in or not. But, yeah, VALLE's away. Thanks for your service, wee man. But, you know, it was always going to happen. On that note, Fabrizio Romano also did report this afternoon, around 25 to 3 to be exact, that Kieran Tierney's transfer to Celtic will be next announced by the club, as the verbal agreement on the free transfer has been reached. Of course, we've known about this for a few days now. However, the situation in regards to him joining before the end of this window, still a bit up in the air. If Arsenal do not let him leave now, Tierney won't join Celtic till the summer transfer window. So basically everything I've said over the past few days, that Kieran Tierney will be a Celtic player next season, 100%, looks like it's done. I say it is done. We just don't know if it will be possible for him to come in before the end of the window. And on that note, Celtic probably won't announce anything officially until they know if he'll be here or not for certain. There's no point in the club announcing Kieran Tierney is signed with people going, well, will he be here? They want a definite answer to that, so they can put it out in their statement, so they can say that he's here in January or not. We just need to wait and see. The last reports suggested that Celtic are still in negotiations for a loan move for Tierney in the next week to sign him till the end of the season on loan, but whether Arsenal accept or not is a completely different story. However, the hold up on Kieran Tierney won't stop Celtic from trying to make progress in other areas, because reports today suggest that Celtic have made their opening bid for Norwegian winger Srdjan Oreta, who we were linked with a couple of weeks ago. You remember we spoke about him on the Celtic the Thunder. We spoke about him on a Celtic transfer talk as well. There was reports that Celtic were in talks with the Norwegian club Sarpsborg over a potential £7/8 million move for the player. Well, Anthony Joseph and Sky Today reporting that Celtic have made their opening offer for him to build on those talks that started a couple of weeks ago. Another winger on top of Jota re-signing for the club. A very interesting move, and showing that Celtic have intent to do damage in this window. However, about half an hour ago, we did get another update on top of this story, saying that following Celtic's offer, Sarpsborg have commented on it directly. So the bid's happened. It looks official. Celtic have submitted a bid for Srdjan Oreta. It has probed a reaction from the club themselves. Their sporting director has said that Srdjan is and always has been a highly valued player for us. Our main goal is to not sell him in this window. We want to keep him at least till the end of the season. So they don't want to sell him. They don't want to accept the £7 million bid. I get why. They are in a position where they want to keep him to try and make the best of their season. Is he worth more than £7 million? I honestly don't think so. Especially how young he is, not experienced at the highest level, not played at the Champions League. You know, £7 million is a lot of money. And for somebody who I've not seen play firsthand, I would be, you know, reluctant to say that he's worth all of that. And also Sarpsborg are in a position where, you know, there's going to come a point where they have to realise, right, that's a lot of money to us. And if he doesn't kick on, we're going to miss an opportunity here. It's not as if it's a club funneled by money. They don't create multi-million pound exports year by year. You know, once in a while somebody like this will come along where they need to sell them for a bit of cash and bring in that big bucks. Similar to a position that Celtic are in with homegrown talent, you know. And I'm not in an arrogant sort of way at all. If they don't want to sell him, they shouldn't sell him. They shouldn't feel like they need to sell him either. But it's big money on the table, and Celtic will take their interest elsewhere if they need to. We've seen that happen in the past. So whether he comes to Celtic or not in this window, we don't know yet. But the fact of the matter is, the bid has been made. The club, Sarpsborg, not Celtic, have commented on the bid being made. Will he be a Celtic player by the end of the week? We'll just need to wait and see. Here's his stats. Capped 7 times for the Norwegian under-21 side. He's only obviously become a first-team player in recent seasons. In 2024 season, 28 games, 5 goals, 7 assists. A decent record, 15 goals, 15 assists in his senior career thus far. 30 goal contributions. predominantly a left winger, which I find very, very interesting considering Jota is supposed to be predominantly a left winger. Maeda, a left winger. Of course, you can play Jota on the right, and by all accounts, it looks as though André has played a game on the right. But yeah, 21 years of age, obviously scouted by the club with a high ceiling. So you never know. Maybe he is the right player. I would love to see us sign as many top standard players as possible. Whether he's one or not, that's for us to determine when they come back with how much they're looking for. And that's it for this very quick and rushed transfer update. Sorry, my head's up my arse today. I don't know if I've been a wee bit off the boil. If I have been, apologies for that. But aye, that's that. We have the Champions League tomorrow night. I've still got to preview that game, and trust me, there will be a preview, so we'll get to that when it arrives. But for now, that is me. We'll keep up with all these stories and see where they go. But until next time, take care, like, subscribe.